Formula One is an international motorsport series that is quite popular nowadays. It is a championship in which there is a series of races which are called Grand Prix. These Grand Prix are held all around the world on various circuits. The championship has actually been held every year since 1950. The first race took place in 1950 in Silverstone in the United Kingdom. But the championship has changed a lot since then. Nowadays, the cars are highly advanced machines and can reach an average speed of 370 kilometers per hour. That makes them some of the fastest racing cars in the world. In fact, the fastest lap ever recorded in a Formula One race was set in 2018 or 2018 with an average speed of 263 kilometers per hour. This record was set by Raikkonen in Italy. In case you have never watched a Formula One race, this is how they work. The races are always held at weekends. On Friday and Saturday, there are usually 3 practice sessions. In these practice sessions, the drivers and teams test the circuit and how the car is performing. These practice sessions are important because it helps them gather information about the car and how it works on that specific circuit, and that can help them to prepare for the qualifying and the race day. The qualifying takes place on Saturday, and the reason why they hold this race is to determine the starting grid for the race on Sunday. Basically, it decides what position they are going to start at on the Sunday race. It is important because it's not the same to start the race in first position or in 10th position. In the qualifying, there are 3 rounds: Q1, Q2 and Q3. 20 of the drivers participate in Q1, then it goes down to 15 in Q2, and the final 10 participate in Q3. The slowest drivers are eliminated after each round until they reach Q3, where only 10 drivers remain. The best driver who drives the fastest secures pole position, which means that they start the race at the front. The most important race typically takes place on Sunday. The circuits are from 300 to 400 kilometers long, so it usually takes a couple of hours. Before the actual race begins, there is a formation lap. The formation lap is so that the drivers can warm up their tires and prepare for the race. The formation lap is completed at a reduced speed, so they drive slower than in the actual race. When the drivers have completed the formation lap, the cars have to go back to the grid in their positions. There are some lights at the start, and the race begins when all of the lights go out. As you probably know, Formula One is not only about driving the fastest, but it's also about strategy. Throughout the race, the teams plan strategically. Pit stops are an important part of their strategy. In case you don't know what pit stops are, it is when the driver enters the pit lane so that the team can change the tires, refuel, or make some adjustments to the car. Pit stops are very important because if you change the tires too early or too late, it can affect your position in the race. If there is an incident or there are conditions that don't allow the race to continue as usual, there will be a safety car. When the safety car is deployed, all of the cars must reduce their speed and maintain some distance behind it. The safety car is very important for the safety of the drivers and the workers on the track. For example, if there has been an accident and they need to remove the car which has had an accident, they will need to use a crane. Depending on how dangerous it would be to continue the race, they might send out the safety car, or there might be a red flag and all of the cars will need to go to their pit box. After all of the laps have been completed, the first driver to cross the finish line will be the winner of the race. The drivers who have come in first, second, and third place are usually interviewed after the race, and then they participate in a podium ceremony. They are awarded trophies and champagne, and they usually spray the champagne on the other drivers as a celebration. They also play the national anthem of the driver who came first and of the team. So, for example, if the Red Bull team comes from Austria, they will play the Austrian national anthem. In my opinion, Formula One races are very exciting. Like I said before, it's not only about the high speeds, there is also a lot of strategy involved. However, it can get a little bit boring when it is always the same driver who wins. At the moment, Verstappen is winning almost all of the races, so it isn't as exciting because you can kind of predict who is going to win. What about you? Do you enjoy Formula One? Let me know in the comment section. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.